You're listening to The Grind with Chromatics playing the best in TNT music.
So ladies and gentlemen, we have here today on The Grind the one, the only
Party time, no time to waste.
Colonel Roberts.
You wanna know what's taking place?
What's taking place?
Right now we saying something they don't know. Everybody say outside nice, nice, yeah. And we out here, we out here, we out here. Party everywhere, say outside nice, 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 nice. And we out here, we out here, we out here. Bada-dang-dang, I'm getting a feeling. Hey. So liberating right now, I see it myself inside a band, winding up with plenty woman. This party appealing, hey, so we celebrating. When we up in the jam, me and the damn them going the if we going the distance, hey, we coming out 6 in the morning. No sleep, we don't use the bed for sleeping, none at all. Hey, we going 1 fet, 2 fet, 3 fet, 4, everywhere we go, must pour. We want the encore, give me more, what we say? Outside night, night, yeah. And we out here, we out here, we out here. Party everywhere, outside night, nice, nice, nice. And we out here, we out here, we outside now. Everything go on the party.
You're listening to The Grind.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Mr. Colonel Roberts is here today.
Yes, I, everybody, all the listeners on our radio.
.fm.
Chromatics, my brother.
How you doing, King?
DJ Trav. We here, outside.
You don't know, outside for real, eh?
Outside nice, we here.
No doubt, no doubt. And this is your one of your latest contributions for the 2023 season. You know what I
Actually,
mean?
my first contribution for the season
Right.
so far.
And it's been getting a very good reaction because people, I mean, you take the slang.
Yeah, take the slang on the ground. Cause,
Right.
you know, when you're writing songs these days, my whole goal is to write the easiest songs to connect with. You know what I mean? So when you take a trending topic on the floor, on the ground, that's kind of like an advantage. You know what I mean?
Right.
People don't see in the song on the slang already, so you know, you're putting song now is kind of like a, you know?
And this is on the Scarborough rhythm, I believe it is.
Rhythm, yeah, that we did for Tobago.
Right, for Tobago Carnival. When that is? That's end of this month, eh?
That, yeah, end
Or
of the
gone?
month. End of the month.
End of this month.
Come
Is it
down
gone
and
yet?
Chromie. Go on. Nah, then go on. I must
When they say outside nice, but me really been outside too much, you know.
Inside.
I in here.
In the lab, yeah.
I in the lab, I in the station.
Yeah, I want to commend you on this too. This is a very, very fundamental and, you know, it's very needed for the culture and, you know, the push of local, you know, local creativity and content.
Thanks, man.
I commend you guys for doing this.
Thanks. Could say, wait now, ads too.
Ads too, well, you're bad up in here, boy. Underestimating all your boy.
Yeah, well, shout out to the advertisers and the sponsors, because at the end of the day, what I just tell them too is not just they're spending money to advertise, they're actually supporting that entire movement.
Correct.
And supporting the artists by extension.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But we're gonna get into today. This is not the normal, typical interview, eh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we
come to talk the things.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get into, I mean, you have, I mean, your whole life was basically music. You know what I mean? You're son of one of the greatest calypsonians ever. Musician, songwriter, and now artist.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Plenty hats.
Yeah, plenty hats.
Yeah.
So I just want to kind of get into, you know, let's start here. What was it like growing up, exposed to that sort of musicianship and exposed to the industry? And what do you think was different then and compared to now? I know I'm going deep. Pause.
Well, you get my about 3 questions in one day.
Yeah.
The first one was just like growing up, being exposed.
Yeah.
Well,
around it.
That really shaped, obviously, why I ended up now in life, you know what I mean? Because growing up with a father like Lord Kitchener, you're totally exposed. You can't get away from it, you know what I mean? Because it was a level of calypsonians in my house all the time. Especially on a Sunday when my mother cooking. Like Sunday used to be the day when all of them would come over and my mother would enjoy cooking for all my father calypso friends. You know, from Sparrow come down. It used to be loaded in the rain. I'm on a Sunday and I was a little youth man, all 5-6 years amongst them. And that was really nice, you know, at that tender age I realized, well, my father is somebody important. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's no social media and none of them things in them days, so you just have to go on what you're seeing. You know what I mean? Newspapers, when I out with him, everybody calling him. So at that tender age, I'm like, nah, my father is some kind of big man in the thing, boy. And then when now you're seeing all the Calypsonians there and everybody with a guitar and his music every Sunday, his kaiso every Sunday, it was hard to get away from this being my, career now. You know what I mean? Because it's in my bloodstream and I was exposed to it so hard that I realized that it had no other way for me to go in this life but to be in music.
So it wasn't, you getting into it, it wasn't forced upon you. You just pick it up naturally.
Nah, naturally. Because my father didn't really want me to be in music. I realized that, he wasn't really pushing us in this. He left it natural. If it happened, it happened.
Right.
But he wasn't like, he used to call me Poppy. He wasn't like, Poppy, you have to sing Calypso or soca. Nah. He was on the next side of the world from that. You understand? But he realized, well, I was heading there anyway to take it, so he just ended up supporting me in the end.
Oh, what you think it was? It was just a sort of natural, like allowing you to find your footing on whatever you wanted to do, or was he skeptical of the music industry itself?
Nah, more think it was a matter of he wanted me to find my own footing, you understand, and doing what I really wanted to do, and he didn't want to, because he was who he is, influenced my decision to, be a Calypsonian or soca artist. So being in music on the whole, I think he just left that free flow for me. So, cause I remember a time in primary school, I used to win all the Calypso competitions, but
you have advantage again.
Yeah, no, but I write in my own Calypso.
Right.
So true story is, the first time I won in Newtown Boys, right? Results come out, I won. And then, well, they awarded me and everything. But the day after the competition, the principal called me in the office and he was like, "You're cheating." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Your father write that song for you." And I tell him, "No, I write it." And he was shocked. He couldn't believe me. Like he actually thought I was lying. See, someone's my father in school.
Oh, sure.
He called for my father to come in school and he had to come and set the record straight. I don't even want you to sing. I not on that. He write your own thing. Well, my father didn't say, "No, I write that song, that Calypso," because he's so busy with his life,
Yeah.
Even tuning on all the nitty-gritty that really going on, you know what I mean? He dropping me to school, picking me up sometimes. So he ain't going so deep into it. Well, I actually in the Calypso competition, I probably tell him and he probably never even pay me no mind. You understand? So when he actually came to the principal and told the principal that I don't really, I don't push he to sing nothing. I wouldn't write nothing for him.
Right.
He wrote his own composition. Give the boy credit. He write a good Calypso. And he tell the principal was in shock. Jaw drop. True. Because I had some big words in my composition now.
Right.
But all them days I know about using dictionary and thing. I was always real good with grammar. So, you know what I mean? The compositions was just a little above my school level.
Right.
So that's why I was thinking as my father write it now.
Right. So tell us now, so how did you go into like musicianship now? Because you took to the drums.
Yeah, well, the first instrument, I realized I had natural born talent when it comes to, well, all instruments, because I teach myself everything. I was self-taught everything. But the first professional instrument would be the drums, because I remember when I was small too as well, my father had a female drummer named Carleen, and she came home by me and in Renama with she whole drum set. Like she came to spend her 2 weeks or so. I don't know what was this scene, why, but she was there in Renama for a while, and she had her drum set with her, and used to be set up in the backyard. And I remember the first time I went on the drum set, probably at about 5-6 years, sit down and play a rap beat without training, and everybody was like in awe. Everybody was like, "What the hell is this? You playing that?" And from there, I noticed, well, I started developing the passion for it and the love for it and wanting to go behind it. So like anytime I would hear live instruments or a live band, or like my father carried me in the tent for rehearsals for the Calypso review. Sometimes he might give you a blind and go, all you want to go on? I in the car. And when I would reach in the rehearsals, and just amongst the atmosphere of Calypsonians, musicians, the practicing, the drinking, the smoking, the cussing, the thing, just being amongst that whole, bubble.
Energy.
It used to do something to me, like really, really do something to me. I used to be like, yo, was the greatest
time of my life to go around musicians and just go around the thing from a backstage point of view, from behind the scenes point of view. That was like the greatest moments to me ever. So I already know how the feeling I used to get inside, just being in the tent and seeing rehearsals going on and just being there, just like out of this world for me. So I already know from at real small age that I will end up in music. You understand? So what I did was first into music. Would I be okay? I decided to play drums in my father's tent.
Okay.
But I didn't get to play drums yet. I was young now. So, they wouldn't give me the blight to play drums. So they let me play percussion in the tent, right? Because the manager of the tent was my godfather. So I went to Uncle Sonny, think I could play a thing. I was like 15 years and I in the tent, right? So they allowed me to play percussion. But what they would do is when Daddy come in to sing, they would let me play drums to Daddy. And then they let me play for Crazy and Slim Douglas. The men who singing power soak in the end of the set, they let me play for that now. So I used to play for energy.
Right.
So they let me play drums like 3 men, my father, Crazy, and Slim. I think that is it. Everything else I was on the percussion. And that was that first year. And when the year was ending, when it was like the last week of the tent, I was so in love with playing in barn and, nightlife and
what age was this now?
I was 15.
15, right.
I go into school.
Gosh.
I in Woodbrook Sec all these times, right?
Right.
And I was like, yo, I talked to one of the trumpeters in the band. I was like, yo, call this. It's no little band I could play in, boy. I had to wait till quite next year to play drums, to play music again, boy.
So this is what...
This is 1990.
Not to give away your age. 1996.
I'm 42. I don't see no that. I turned 42 the other day.
Right. You're still young, man.
Yeah, still young, man.
Yes, I.
So this is 1996. I was 15 years. Right? And when the tent, last week of the tent, I asked Callis. I said, Callis, there's no little band no way, boy. I love this thing, boy. I had to wait a whole year till next year to come and play in this in the tent. Yeah, man, have a little band on Abercrombie Road Street, There's a pan side, though. But they just perform, they're active, and I think they just fly out and thing too, right? I never gonna win my life, right? Me never fly out yet. We need to be go at this point, right?
Right.
So he telling me the band active. Go and check them. The boss of the band name is Poison. He was the captain of All Stars pan side back in the days.
Right.
Go and check them. Tell them his kitchen or son. Use your credentials and you might get through and thing. I say, all right. Go and check them. Ask Carnival thing, Ash Wednesday. The Thursday I went up there. Meet with Poison, tell him who I is thing, give me a little light. Use kitchen son. I say, yeah, boy, I could play drums. I ain't going to play pan, but I will play drums, I could play percussion. I'm all right. Well, the band practicing this evening, They did Thursday after Ash Wednesday. Yeah, come for 6 o'clock. Well, mind you, as a youth man, me have no money, me have no dust. I don't take a little $10 to my mother to travel in town. Them days I live in BooMTowN. We had moved from Rena, man. We live in BooMTowN at that time.
Right.
My mother give me a little $10 to go in town. Me have no dust, so I had to stay in town till 6 o'clock. He tell me come back 6. At this time, like all 2 o'clock here now. I had a bleach. I had a bleach in town, so I went in Colsot Mall Arcade and Lime a little bit. And then go back up there 6 o'clock. When I reach back up there now, jam with the band, they love me one time. I bring a spark to the band, I hired immediately.
What was the name of the band?
Flabege Ensemble.
Okay.
The Flabege Ensemble, yeah. It was like a little 12-piece.
Right.
Side a 1 bass, a 1 tenor bass, a 2 tenor, a 2 double tenor. A small team now, but a bad when you crack shot men playing anything from opera come down. Right? So it's like, okay, they love me one time. I started performing the band. Immediately that same year, they went on tour for real. So now I get my first opportunity to travel and play music immediately. So it's 96. I had to get permission from the ministry to leave school.
Well, I'm not going to ask that because it's April 15
time.
is also coming up to CXC.
I Form 3 that time.
3, okay.
I sit over coming and try. Really was supposed to be in Form 4.
Right.
But at that time I was in Form 3, right? So I get permission, left, went away, and here we went, Branson, Missouri. That's the first place I went in foreign. Branson, real far, pure white people with grey hair.
Right.
You see 2 black men for the day. You see real plenty. You understand?
Yeah.
Far west we gone. But anyway, the festival is a real lovely festival called World Music Festival in a theme park called Silver Dollar City. Silver Dollar City is like Disney World with music. So it's like rides and theaters where it have live shows going on. And the shows was part of the World Festival. So the World Festival now in the park is countries from all over the world, like about 30 different countries, and they repping what is do best on their country. So we Flabberge, Steel Pan. We over there, and we was the number one group in the park. We and the Irish. Because back in 1996 in Missouri, Steel Pan wasn't as prominent. The Steel Pan wasn't as familiar. They wasn't familiar with it.
All.
I mean, a couple people heard about it and thing already, but to see it live in Missouri, we was a a big hit in the park.
Right.
The Trinidad group, Flabberge, and the tour was for 2 months. A lie, 6 weeks. 6 weeks in Branson. That was the whole
in
festival.
the same, right, so
we
you
in a
were playing
hotel,
like...
and we playing on a schedule every day. 3 shows a day.
Jeez, like Vegas.
Yeah. 3 shows a day. Monday to Saturday. Sunday off.
Wow.
And that is it. Monday to Saturday, 3 shows a day for 6 weeks.
And what you was doing like as a youth man at that age, like when you get a little time off, when the show done or before? And
We in the park, we playing as a youth man.
You just in the park
like
anyway.
The park full of rides, it's like Disney World.
Right.
It's like Six Flags. So it's all the roller coasters, all the best rides. Plus there are theaters set up all over the park.
Right.
And our theater, we locked to one theater for the whole 6 weeks. You understand? And all our shows going down in that theater for 6 weeks. 3 shows a day, as I say. In between shows, you have an hour in between shows. You ain't go and do no wildness in a little hour. You go try and stay close to the theater, you know what I mean? You go take a little walk around the park and thing. But when park done in the evening, you jam in till night. Park open till 9 o'clock in the night. Last show is 6 o'clock. We are like basically 2 hours to just play. So we just be playing with youth men too. With a couple other youth men in the band to my age now. You understand? And we there, we playing thing, you're looking for girl, things, everything what our teenager go do.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And the first year in foreign too, so you know you're trying to explore, and you know what I mean? Although I mean it's a real different state to go to for the first year.
Yeah, for sure.
Like nothing compared to
It's
New
kind of
York.
somewhat of a
and-
culture shock.
Yeah, that culture shock is
Yeah.
nothing like the East Coast, nothing at all. So you know what I mean? You're adapting to the life outside as a musician touring, and at that time I actually was shaping my mind and needing it into I think this to me, boy. It was kind of hard for me to go back to school after that.
That's why I was now going to ask, like,
You
coming
understand?
back from that, then going back to
I always
school.
want to be a big man. Like I like kind of rush my age too. I never had like going and saying when I started to make money, that spoiled me. So back in from the first from before I joined Flabberge, I was in the 10th and I started getting $700 a week as a youth man. As 15 years and I in school. And I gained 700 every week. Well, during that little 10 period,
Yeah,
like
3
January,
weeks.
February.
Yeah.
Half of January and February until Carnival done, right? So within that little period there, and I getting paid 7 a week. And that 7,
Like more than
next
some
7
people's
meeting-
salary day, right?
7 meeting, 5 means spending 200 I spending in them days in 96 we talking about.
Right.
I having money next week.
It was like
You
$400 for Jordans them time,
Yeah.
or a little more.
Money is meeting money every week, but I feel like I'm rich in them days. So for me now, when I had to transition back to school when Carnival done, it wasn't easy at all. Them teachers to be talking me other 1, 2 and thing, and I have money in my pocket. I was like, yo, I ain't really I'm handling this too well. I wasn't handling it well at all. I started feeling my heart like I have enough schooling in me now. I have enough academics. Like I don't know what I want to do in life. I could read, write, spell, check. You understand? All the fundamental basics I need to survive in life with the chart I choosing to go behind, I set. You understand? So, the following year, 10th again. So they know 97. 10th again. Well, I get a little more advanced with drumming now. My skill set enhanced. So they let me play more drums now. I ain't just playing for Daddy and Creed. I'm playing for real men. It's almost like we sharing the gig now.
Right.
When I playing drum, the drummer going and playing percussion. And vice versa. We just switching it up. But I had more opportunity now to play drums. Right? So boom, Carnival done. Going back with Flabberge. All this time I with Flabberge too. Right? We going again. Second year. I'm in Form 4 now. Second year, going again. Do the whole tour again. 6 weeks out there. Come back. And when I came back to Trinidad in 97, my goal or my mission was always to play in a real music band. the pan thing was good for me, you know what I mean?
Right,
Breakout and thing. But I wanted to play in a real band with keyboard and guitar and brass and, you understand? So, come back Trinidad now. Up comes an opportunity. A trumpeter by the name of Clyde Mitchell. He used to play in Roy Cape band. I saw him somewhere and he tell me, Colonel, I open a brass band. You still playing drums? I say, what do you mean? I now start. Yeah, no, all right. Come up for rehearsal, blah, 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 in Mount Lambody. Go on to the rehearsal, they love me, same thing, you're inside. I had my own drum set. Fortunately, when my father realized, well, Poppy serious about this drum thing, he bought a drum set for me.
Nice.
Which was in 96. So I had my own kit. So I take
So
that
you're
kit.
getting advanced now.
Yeah, going up in the brass band. The name of the band was Race, Musical Race. But that race never start. Right? A race never start. We going up there now, carry my drum set. Bam. I practice with Race in 97. Right, okay, we come back. We come back in like May or June from that tour in Branston, right, the second year. And when we came back, I meet Clyde like 2 weeks after we come back. It was real fast. I leave Flabberge after that second tour. And when I see Clyde and Clyde tell me about the band, I break the news to Flabberge that I'm moving on. And I was real disappointed on thing in me. And it's like, how you go do with that and thing and yeah. And let's let them know, well, my dreams was always to play in a real brass band. I'm real glad for the little start or like man thing. But I feel I'm moving on, boy. So that was a bird in one hand, eh? Cause them done pumping, them is working. We are real shows. I see we playing in Hilton thing. All we playing all down the island. First time I went down the islands is with Flabberge.
Yeah.
Them play on Gaspre at time. I was like, where we going? Down the islands thing. You understand? So anyway.
But anyway, hold on one day. I want to get back into some music. And let me come back with the story. So ladies and gentlemen, I know, I realize that. Ladies and gentlemen, the only Colonel Roberts. I want to get into this tune. And you're going to get them it live too. Right? Let me get them the scrub down. Right? Let me get them the scrub down. Can you see this one? This one bubble nice for the carnival that year.
Our radio. Scrub it down.
Scrub down, darling.
Scrub it down.
Scrub down.
Scrub it down.
Scrub down, darling.
Hey, she have a whirlpool waist, the kind with real energy. When she tumble in the place, oh God, she does look so sexy. I feel like Marvel days. We never had a machine. Only ladies right now, all radio, set it up. Baby, scrub it down, let me roll, yeah. Give me the friction, girl, just scrub it down. I love scrub down, hey. Scrub it down, I love scrub down. I said to cock it back, let me. Hey, give me the friction. How will you scrub it down? I love scrub down. Scrub it down, I love scrub down. Hey, man, stand up like Lord. On the joking, spread it out. Hey, man, stand up like Lord. Girl, wine on the joking, and let me joke. I love for you, work it on me tonight. Work it, baby. The way you're joking it, hey. I wanna say, hey, the girl increase the pace. I know she have me sweaty. She revolving, she wears. I feel to bust confetti. The waistline lovable. Speed like Lamborghini. Oh gosh, she incredible. I must get a wine, baby. Just come it down, let me hold you. Give me the friction.
You're listening to The Grind.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are locked into The Grind. Our special guest today, the one, the only Mr. Colonel Roberts, with plenty stories because he wears plenty hats and has been through. Scrub. You see this tune? What year this was? 2019?
20. No.
2020? Nah.
20, yeah.
You sure, boy? I feel it was...
No, 21.
Nah. 21 was last year, bro.
22, we in 22 now.
Yeah.
No, this was 21.
Last year?
Yeah, it was 21. This was 21 Carnival.
Okay.
And yeah, yes, 21 Carnival.
No,
Carnival.
21 was Tilt.
22
was Tilt. Sorry, yes, 22 was Tilt. You see how the pandemic kind of messed me up. The pandemic kind of messed me up. So 2020, right.
It was this. In the pandemic,
Right.
You understand?
Right. So, I mean, we will get back to that, but I want to get into like this song, and because of course you had different releases before this.
Yeah.
Would you say this was sort of a, because this kind of bubble in a different space in the carnival that year, I realized.
Yeah. Well, you see, when Colonel Roberts left Marshall Band in 2014.
Which we will get to.
Right.
Right.
Then I left and I went on the singing journey.
Right.
I didn't have the right team around me. You understand? You know, you have a set of people around and everybody yes and yeah, that bad kitch, yeah, this good. And nobody really being real with you know, because
right.
you know what I mean? Everybody just on the ride now. Nobody, so I didn't have no real, you know.
People to vet the thing and they say be honest with their
be honest and be objective and thing, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And technical support was weak, you know, like in terms of from a production level and thing. So the music we was putting out was good songs, but the song, the SOUND was incorrect. You understand? From selection of tones and production stage and thing, you know what I mean? We was a little off.
And that's it,
we wasn't in the real world. You know, you're thinking in your little bubble and you're thinking, hey, we good boy. When you reach out in the real world, you're thinking here and everybody think up here.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So I was a victim of that for a couple of years. It wasn't all bad because within them years, let me see, 2015 I sang for the first year. I make it to Soca Monarch finals.
Right.
Well, I mean, that was a disaster by itself, my performance. But, you know, I took that to help me with along the journey, you know what I'm saying? You can't just get everything with a gold spoon in your mouth. You have to go through the grind.
Yes, sir.
So that was our grind here. 2015 was chaos in Soca Monarch finals, but I thank God that I arrived there. You know, I got the experience of totally failing. And I put that on my back, I shake it off, and it was necessary. It was necessary to go through that. Was coming off a higher performance at Marshall and being part of a Soca Monarch team where everything is seen after and, you know,
it's like on point.
Well
Produced.
You know what I mean? Well produced. From being part of that to come to the following year and now on my own and now to put my own little team together and I didn't had quarter of it. You understand? And I was exceeding what I could really do. You understand? I tried to exceed what I could really pull off and be possible for real. You know what I mean? I had real aspirations and ideas and things, but not the technical stuff to pull it
now,
off.
like I just always tell people, right? Because having been, funny enough, having been in myself in a Chutney Monarch and in a Soca Monarch, right? People doesn't understand the amount of preparation and thing that does go into 5 minutes on stage.
It is.
They really do underestimate the amount of work that does go into it. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of work, boy.
Yeah.
Real thing. So everything failed for me on that Soca Monarch stage in 2015. But I still thank the Father God that my first year I sing, I still, you know, reach a little somewhere with my weak productions. It's still, you know, the song was a good song. It was decent. It was me and Cohen Dubois, song them Excitement.
Right.
But anyway, you know, moving on from there, the following year was the same problem. I was really swimming in. I was in that bubble of not having a technically song for some years. So the songs that was coming out, as I say, was good songs, but the mix and everything would be under par, inferior to everything else. So my music was suffering that fate. But still grinding. I had this song with Kessa. I make it to the finals again with that song. That would be what year, boy? 16 or 17, boy. I think 16 was Shake with Kess. Right? And 17, I feel like 17 was Shake. And I being with Kess that year, it kind of wake me up not to gotta get a better team around you. You understand?
So it's like one thing you've seen that was consistent in the more successful artists is the team around them.
Yeah. The know-how, the technical support, and you know what I mean? Well, the artist itself knowing what's good and what's not. You know what I mean? You had to know what's good and what's not. At the end of the day, you playing that out. So I had to blame myself. I had to watch I hate men who like to hang-ups. And you know the bunning out this and bunning out the radio and bunning out this and this DJ and that. You ain't playing my thing and play. You gotta watch yourself, Jed. Why you ain't playing your thing? It's when you to blame it. Watch yourself. It hardly have a tune that really, really good and it really get fight now. If your tune getting fight and it not playing, it have to have a reason why. You have to look deeper than just trying to blame everybody and cast blame and it's you and take this one, mother, this and that. I not on that. Thing wasn't good. Watch yourself in the mirror and figure out why. You put that out. You are the final say. You understand? So you don't have the know-how. You gotta be able to accept that in yourself and, you know, be real.
So take us up now to Tilt. You know what I mean? Going through all those trials, and then funny enough, the success of the song in a year like this year is 2022, right?
Yeah.
Where it didn't really have a carnival per se. You know what I mean? What was that like, having like probably your biggest solo song
And no carnival to perform to.
Yeah.
Well, it had a little half a thing.
It did, and you were still out there entertaining people.
Yeah. We had some
as the thing was freeing up.
So I wanna say, out of all these shows that it had this year, I would have say I probably would have been on like about 70% of them. So I run the road with Tilt, whatever it had in Trinidad, you know what I mean, most of it, and that was amazing to me. It's overwhelming to see, well, finally as an artist, you know, you're getting a little recognition and you're getting a little vibes that people actually hiring you, and you know what I mean. That was really rewarding and fulfilling to me.
Still, at this point in your career, still was. Yeah.
At this point, remember, this is a new phase for me, singing.
Right.
So with this singing career, and you know, you're actually getting appreciated now. People calling for gigs. Your tune playing on the radio, men liking your thing, men calling you, men asking you for dub plate. It's like, hey, I'm reaching the real world now, boy.
All right, so now
reach, boy. Finally, boy. Hey, boy.
So now, saying that though, what was the difference? Aside from it, the quality of the song, a good song is a good song, right? Right.
The difference,
yeah.
Well, as I say too, the technical know-how within from production, from getting the production right, you know, selecting the right tones, and we done with that inferior thing, making sure you mix and you master on point, and not you know, not trying to shortchange that. You can't shortchange mix and master and them thing. And I just go real extra and extra and extra. If you leave it to me now, the song will never come out. I will never be satisfied.
I know it is. It has come a point where you had to be like, nah, boy, all right, you're just pushing to try and reach somewhere that not defined, that only you will know, you know.
And fun fact, back in the days when I used to be producing for Marshall and writing for Marshall and thing, and he would sit down with our song. That man, the hours he would put in on his craft is incredible. I used to be cussing in my mind, but now I see why. Now I have that same drive. All right, let me clear example. 2014, the last song I really do for Marshall was Haunted Feelings.
Right.
When I get Marshall Haunted, that man sit down with our music, boy. That man choking for about, me lying by one lie, about half a day. You know. I leave that man about 1 o'clock and come back after I went and do something. I come back like 1, 2 in the morning, and boy is sitting down there still choking on this music.
When you say choking, what do you mean?
Like
board
editing
mixing?
and not really mixing, editing and snipping,
arrangement sort of.
More editing vocals, little thing that perfect to anybody else.
To the layman,
yeah, perfect to like I come back. So what you doing there? Like the level of micro he is going is I never see that before with any other artist. He's a total perfectionist. Total. He's sickening with it too, and I reached a point where I get like that now. And this is like 2014, or like 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I wasn't like that. I was like, damn, that good job we're going with you, boy. What you doing there? Okay, you don't know what I'm doing here, boy. Just allow me. Let me do my thing now, right? And he doing his thing, but I now developed that what he had back then. So now Zan and them must be mad with me now. You understand? But I just really be on it, attention to detail now, because I know I went through already, and you know what I mean? Now that I get this little platform, I ain't trying to drop the ball at all now, boy.
At all. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Roberts, our guest here today. Let me get back into some music, and we're going to get back into the conversation after this. So we're talking about tilt. Let me give them the tilt now, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to The Grind.
Billy, billing, bing, boy. Hey. Bling, bidding, give yourself. And it's a time to get up. This is the groovy balance when liquor. What we doing? On the gum. When we drinking rum. On the gum. Everybody tune into all radio right now. We wanna twist this party. You know we twisted bad. With good vibes and energy. You know we fetting hard. Call me twist this party. You know we twisted bad. Already know. Only just shift home, shift, tilt it out. Everybody tilt to the right, to the right. Hey, like a leaning tower. If you see it on your car, if you see it on your home, just tilt in your seat right in. To the tilt, tilt, tilt. Billy Billy, now it's time to advance, time to get up and dance. Girl in the shortest pants, them bumpers rolling, we stumbling and we drifting, we stumbling. Say don't let it. Everybody know, bang that. We gonna twist this party. You know we twist it bad. With good vibes and energy. You know we fit it hard. Call we twist this party. You know we twist it bad. With good people around way. Everybody let me go right now. Tilt, tilt, tilt. Like a leaning tower. Hey, tilt, hey, tilt. Make the party lean over. Tilt, tilt, tilt. Like the kitchen power. Tilt, tilt.
You're listening to the grind.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our guest here today, KERNAL Roberts with the tilt. We done run through like 3 tunes already, right? But I want to just touch base with everybody in the chat room. Shout out to Keegs, of course. Don't forget, True Talk No Lie is live this Thursday right here on our radio.fm. We have Ansei in the building, Reezy Music, DJ Swiss TK Treads, Kyle Grant, Kingston, you big up yourself. Black to Black on the inside, J-Mo, of course, and everybody else locked on. Hey, you can send us a little voice note if you want touch base with Colonel. Even call us up 4664 O.U.R. That's 466-4687. So we getting back into it, right? Cause we reached tilt. So let me go. We go back now, and you're talking about the sort of the learning curve as a solo artist, But what and your reference, right? Leaving Machel Montano, because we have some real young audience too now, so but they might not even remember. And of course, you playing drums or whatnot. That you were not just drumming for the band, but you were also producing many of his Road March and Soca Monarch hits, right?
As the musical director too,
and the musical director of the band. Wow, so much hat. How much hat you have home? You have a whole closet just for hat.
Yeah, just for hat.
Right? But so tell us about that. So tell us about that decision to leave the band and then solo artist.
Well, the journey of being in Machel band was a great one for me. You know what I mean? It was a step up because the band I was with before Machel was Traffic. Right? I was with Traffic for 8 years.
Right.
8 whole long grinding years.
And this is Traffic with
Eddie
showing, and this is with Cole Pot and everything. As we was talking, Cole Pot,
Sean Carute. When I come in Traffic, Steve Seeley had now done sing with Traffic. Steve Seeley's the man who sing pim pom pitim pom, pim pom pitim pom. You don't know, right?
Yeah.
And when I came into Traffic, I joined Traffic in '97 too.
Right.
So my story, as I was telling earlier, from the band when I was at Race. Right, I joined Race, I leave Flabbage, I went with Race.
And it popped
out. I practiced with Race for about 2 months. We play one upper level Caribbean night, Thursday night in upper level.
Right.
I make $100 with Race. Right?
Gosh.
100 for about 3 months of practice. And in October, I gone by the band room at the morning. And the percussionist in the band, he was down the lineman in Montclair, but he knock. Colonel, boy, you hear the news? I say, what news? Boy, Clyde said, is it for the band, boy? He can't afford the rent again for the band room, the band in walking, ting. The Race, Franco man in start. Right? So, band crash. Him if you help you carry your drum set up the road, because I was living in Monctube them days, and the band room right in Montclair. But if you help you carry your drum set up the road, I could help you. I'm a car there now. I say, boy, with that news you give me there, you rupture my head, yes. You tell me the band crash. You sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you. Clyde said, he can't pay band rent no more, ting, with your drum set, thing. I go on in town, real despondent and real sad and real just gloomy, boy. I still go and check my uncle in town, take a maxi on the bus to try to go on in town. As I reach in town, I now go in and check my uncle. A guy used to be in Woodbrook Sec when I was in school. He used to come and train us to march. And I now used to take in, I ain't marching, but I lineman in school, real girls and thing in the march pass. Right? So I used to take bucket and make rhythm for them. So we march past something different to all the rest of house and them. Because Kitch playing bucket and I'm a little two bridges knocking bottle too. You understand? I have a nice bucket and you understand? The march past it, we house something real good. Just with me and that bucket making a difference to all the rest of teams, right?
Yeah.
So he know had skills on drums. There's the soldier, right? And his side job was he was a technician with traffic. So when I see he in tongue, he bored me now. Hey, Colonel, one boy thing, long time no see boy thing. Because at this time, I forget that I leave school now. By this time, I tell my father that is it. I'm good. After I come back from that first tour, and after I come back from the second tour, I leave school. So he see me and he asked me, "Is he seen?" I say, "Yes, I playing drums." So you mean, and now them playing with a band and he now tell me the band crash. I'm now no traffic looking for a drummer. I said, true.
But I just fall in the lap. So.
This was enough the day when that band crashed. The man tell me traffic looking for a drummer. Right? It was Miami Carnival week. They was in Miami. So it was around this time, October, right? He said, Andy coming back Wednesday from Carnival. Andy Joseph was the boss of traffic. Right? Him now. They got the number here. Call him. I call Andy one time. Andy tell me come and check him Thursday morning by the band room down by where Roy K band room is. Traffic band room was right next to Roy K band room. That's the band junction day. That all the bands there. Well, most of them. Traffic, Roy K, upstairs with Tony Prescott and Surface, Nadia Batson and Sass. All the bands was on that block day, plus rock bands too and all. That two rock bands, Kid Nevelli, one of them was there.
Where's where? St. James?
St. James,
right, street,
right.
Right.
So I went there early in the morning Thursday, and the traffic come back Wednesday. I go and I check Andy Thursday morning. He make me play, me alone, pony machine, play, pass all them tests. He love me. He say come in the night for practice with the band. I said true. One time, come, well same story. I no money, so I just stay in town. You understand? Stay in town, practice in the night. They love me. I play the next day, so I immediately get thrown into the fire. I play with big band. I couldn't believe it. As so surreal to me. You understand?
So how do you go like as a drummer? I mean, I don't know. You just kind of going off of what the musicians that are already there because you didn't really get a chance to rehearse these songs.
Yeah, but I had one rehearsal the Thursday night.
Just one.
One rehearsal the Thursday night, and then the show the Friday. My Arrow Sports Club first show I play with a big professional band. You understand? I get thrown into the fire, and I handle it real good. I never had no problem handling my job as a drummer because I died in that natural born talent God give me. That used to play out real good. So I used to sit down and I gel with anybody one time. I gel with our band like I play with them for years. And that is one of the things that surprised them now. That made me a keeper. So that was the day my journey with traffic, 8 years down the road from that one show. Right? And during that course, well, as I say, we get real success with showing and thing, road march. And I started to nurture my writing skills along the way.
Road march and Soca Monarch, right? Showing
with road march and Soca Monarch.
Yeah.
In coming closer to when my father was, right before my father died, I'd started to write, right? And
you started back to write then, or you started to write soca?
Soca,
the Calypso,
first one Calypso, right. But I start back to write, well, on a professional scale, trying to get in the soca thing, because I have traffic, right? So, being in traffic now, you're meeting artists, you're meeting people in the industry, you know what I mean? And I met Chinese Laundry, right? Because he come in and sing in traffic, and you know, he got to talk to the drummer, you know, chow is a man to himself, and he really talk to much people and thing, but he had to talk to me. He could tell me, drummer, one drop. You know, 2-3 instructions and thing for he live performance now. So within that, we had developed a little small relationship.
And this one is well, yeah, boy, I see you last night.
Yeah.
I see you the night before.
Actually,
all them years, I think.
Actually, it was for that. 1998. 98 was for 98 Carnival. Mona Lisa.
Right.
So he talking to me and things, so I realized he liked me a little bit now. Because he actually, drummer, and he gave me a little smile, and I watching how he move with everybody else, but with me, he gave me a little smile and thing. And then boom, I come and tell him who I is and thing, kitchen or son and thing, and that make him, you know, think to me a little more now. Then I find out now he have a studio by the radio station, link up in them days. Was Brian Morris, deceased Ricky, who used to be at Kess, God rest his soul. And who else was there? Stones, Lyndon Stones. And who else was the producers there? Kirk Mitchell,
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Ital was there.
Ital D was there. Yeah. Plus, oh God.
And then, well, Jason Lee in the years
Jason
after.
Lee was there too. Yeah. Plus, I'm Mr. Main man, his name just in comment him, who do treason.
Ken Holder.
Ken Holder. Them was the men working for Chowdy in the studio.
Well, I get a little history lesson here today. Right.
I go on there. thing, Chow tell me, dog, just come down and I go put you somewhere to work. And he put me to work with Lyndon Stone. And I start doing things with Lyndon.
Shout
and then me and Brian get good from just being in the building. I seen Brian and them in the A studio. Them is the main men. Right, by in the little B studio in the back with Lyndon and thing working. And I passing and seeing, you know, little reputable artist Chow trying to bring out all them thing was JD. Magadan, Maximus, no, Destra. All these artists now, a whole set of them Kings of Origin and
so them time though. So you're going now, but you're going in as a musician, or
going in as I trying to
get into production,
trying to get into production and writing and things.
Right.
Actually, as I sing, I had to sing too, because that Chow had produced a song for me named Boom Boom Fly. That was 99. Right. So before my father dead, now he get to hear that song.
Why do I feel like I know that song?
I went by KFC with him. Right. They go KFC. Right. And it come on the radio. And I tell him, Daddy, look my tune, boy. They my thing, boy. They me, boy. I turn it up. And I man listen to that. And I man give me no response. You know. Zero. That man tell me it's good, it's bad. He just stay silent. And I cannot take his silence as it's trash now. You understand? I say, nah, boy, Daddy, you give me no vibes there, boy. That song is really trash. It was really trash and shoot looking back now. You understand? So he give me no vibes in 99. And then boom, he come and pass in 2000. Right, and then, well, I was doing that whole emulation stunt, dressing up like him and performing. Still do that up to this day. Right. Can't stop doing it. You don't know. And I was singing in the tent for him whilst he was ailing on the way to the final breath. I did singing in the tent for him, and you know, just wowing everybody. And then boom, he come and pass, and that continued as touring all over the world that year, 2000. All over the world doing this Kitchener gig, right? Because tributes rolling in, tribute. I need it here, right? That was going real good. And then I decide now I have to get more serious with the writing, because that silence that Daddy gave me then right before he did, I'd stick with me now. Writing trash, dog. You need to up your game. Well, all this time I was traffic still, and I was still there by Chow and them. Ting. Me and Brian became better friends. And Brian started telling me, yo, I have a girl named Destra. She had real vibes. And that year I'd get to say, the year Daddy passed, she had, I've got what you want, I got what you need. She had that song. So I'd get to, you know, see she talents. She had two little small show. And I get to see she vibes, and she was fresh and green and real hype and real wild, and she had a good tune. I was like, I like this girl vibes. And Brian saying, yo, she gonna be the next big thing. I'm telling you, try and see if we could get something for she. She need a big song to bust out. And I was like, all right, she looked like a good horse to hold on to. And I start writing. And I write Trimble It. So when I write Trimble It,
boy,
I go on in the studio now at night, and we had to present it to Chow. So I go on the piano thing and start to play. Yes, this year is the way, sing it down, man. When I done sing it down, Chow watch me and say, I don't think that will do it for you, Destra. I don't think that is the song to do it for you. And bust everybody bubble, boy. I ain't gonna lie, he gave everybody real sad that night, boy. The whole team was like if somebody dead or something like true, boy. And we are so, you know, into the song now. And he come and say, I don't think that will do it for you, Destra. We need to go back to the drawing board. And I personally got suspended one time because I was like, this song bad. You understand? And so, okay, I still in traffic. I went back to playing my drums in traffic. Thing, carnival starting. It's starting up at that time, I should say. The early January, I had real shows. Them days, it had real shows. Not like no, band used to run thing long time. You understand? Million show for band.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, so I pumped in me and studied a thing, but them went ahead and do the song behind my back. So a day I gone over by Dons to buy roti down by me there. And I now coming back from Dons, and they break the bar right there. I hear, yes, this year is to wear brand new trim blender. What's that? I hear my song playing, fully produced, and I knows nothing about. Them totally leave me out. We aren't so tight yet now.
Right.
You know, we don't build any relationship. We good, but we aren't like day-to-day friends now, keeping in contact all day. Them themselves tell me, them going ahead and do this song. Them totally leave that away from me. Them keep me in the dark spot. I hear that on the radio. I drop my roti. I dropped my roti with excitement. I couldn't believe it. It's like somebody stabbed me. I'm like, what the fuck? Time my song? Boy, I started to go mad. I called Roy Kip one time. Papi, where's this? Papi said, well, Colonel, Brian bring the song then. And we decide we like the song. So we go ahead and do the song then.
Because you bring it what, in the band room?
Yeah, they bring the song to the Battle Juice, yeah.
Yeah, the show was with Traffic for a brief moment. Not Traffic. Roy Kip.
Roy Kip, yeah. My first year was with Roy Kip. Trimble year was Roy Kip, yeah.
Right.
Well, you know, Brian bring the song then. And them time Brian is Roy Kip, outboard engineer.
Right.
Live. Brian bring the song to we and Juice and them like it then. So we decide we go do it. I say, well, boy, Papi, them and tell me nothing. I say, all right, cool, no problem. The song come out real good. Boom, we hug up over that. I small thing, that history, but when Destra get the success on Trimble It, I was like, all right, I think this is the direction from here. I ain't going back from here. And then the following year, we come and fail. 2002. 2002, we kind of had trash. You understand? I think I get them the booty.
Right.
Booty.
I know the songs, We know the songs.
I sing on that. Like me and Destra, booty. Me and that, I sing on that. Right? We come and feel O2. O3, well, she on my back. Colonel thing, you know. We didn't have no big song last year. I said, day boy thing. I said, no, girl, we no start. I just went a little off course last year, but don't worry. I'm coming back stronger. See, next year I go make up. I go make up, trust me. And then boom, I write it Carnival. You understand? But I say, you know what? This song needs somebody to help you sing this, boy. I go and see if I get Marshall to sing this song with you, boy. Who Marshall? You never sing with me. Me, I know, come on, you mad or Marshall never sing with me. I say, well, leave it up to me now. Let the song talk. Let the song talk, partner. And I do so, and I meet Marshall in Washington. Traffic was on the same show them was on.
Right.
So we meet up in the hotel now. Them coming with a big tour bus. We squinch up in a little thing. So 12 away and 13 away in a 12-seater in traffic. Right? And Marshall coming with the big tour bus. I say, wait, look at the contrast now, boy. Jesus Christ. Well, the man coming so thing with the whole team and thing. He riding high them days, eh? Well, when I see him, so I say, Marshall, and I only meet Marshall before that. Once we talk briefly outside Smokey and Bunty. Chow and himself had a concert called Weekend. Them had perform on it.
Right.
And after Weekend, everybody else by Smokey and St. Jim's original Smokey Lyman Day.
Right.
I was going with Papi. But Papi living they go too. I take and I drop down they go. And Papi say, hey, look, Marshall. And we stop, we lime there a little bit. We drink 2 beer. We think young kitschy boy, think 1 bunk, that is all. So me and him was no friends or nothing at that point in time. When I meet him in Washington, I say, Marshall, remember me, boy? Kitchy son, boy, thing. Yeah, young Kitch, is he seeing? I say, but I have a tune, boy. I have a tune that I needed to help me with. It's for Destra. Daddy wild girl. Thing. And he started thing, a fan thing. She real wild, you know. But alright, waiting. What was this song? What's this song? I say, boy, it's an interpolation from Cyndi Lauper, boy. Time after time. Not true. Sing it for me, right in the lobby. You don't know you got opportunity in them days. I started to beat my chest. Carnival in TNT. I started to sing it one time. Well, I'm not wait, this bad boy Kitch. He called Grayson, he brethren and them who are around. He only yes men and them. Well, come and hear this. Sing it again, Kitch. Sing it again. Right. Sing it again, Kitch. Well, I start to pound the table now. Sing it. When I done sing it, say, no, that is a hit. That is a hit. I'm not kitchen. I give me a number one time. You give me a number.
Right.
I say, oh boy, you give me a number 2. Thing. When we reach, he take my number. You reach Trinidad. That man really called me, boy. I say, wait, not that the number that man give me. You see, you ready to do the song, you ready to put on hip part, blah, 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 blah. You enter by Terry, Senel man in them days. Well, things still is. Terry used to work for Chow too. I forget Terry. Terry Jute. Not what's Terry Jute last name, boy? Forget. Anyway, Terry do its Carnival. Right? The production. And obviously, that song propelled to our next universe.
Right, for sure.
So, well, everything went up.
So then for you now, like, where did it go from there? Because now you probably, that's your first quote-unquote hit as a producer. No, as a writer.
No, Trimble It was first.
Well,
Trimble It.
yeah, but Tremble It was a big one, as in a breakout song for Desha, but this was like, it's Carnival didn't win.
Well, no, it didn't win.
It didn't win, but it
glad
was.
it didn't do.
It was,
because you know it lasts as one of the ultimate all-time carnival anthems of the world.
Well, that is what I mean. Tremble It is a big song,
but not like that.
Not like that.
Next hemisphere.
Yeah.
So when that took place, now the results of that was everything going up. Everybody calling me for songs. Everybody me write for them now. So now I is the writer now that everybody's sorting after now. And I handled that real cool, you know what I mean? I was real humble with the whole vibe and thing. Giving thanks and praise to the Father for the opportunity to actually, you know, live this now. Live this new me of writing good music and putting out good music for the people. And me and Desha had a real good thing going. Following year, I do Bonnie and Clyde. You understand? Amongst other songs, but Bonnie and Clyde would be the big song.
No, but what I want to asking is like, all right, so you're writing and producing?
Writing and producing.
Okay.
And in traffic still. Playing drum in traffic.
Wow.
So that's my feels there. I drumming in traffic. I writing for this. Just shows my horse. We going, you know, we pumping. And then now, 05, 04, I start working with Patrice. I break out Patrice. I was in New York.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause that. Yeah. But literally in the music world.
So in 04, I outside on tour with traffic, and a man with a big Escalade just pull up. He was managing Patrice, and the man come by the studio I work and he look for me. I'm looking for Colonel Roberts. A big Grenadian, eh? He like Shaq. Just picture Shaquille O'Neal. Big pompous, he rich too thing. He a real construction firm in Manhattan all over the world. Right? He come and he pull up. You want me write 2 songs for Patrice? You know Patrice Roberts? I never forget that man, but the man pump. I say Patrice Roberts. Yeah. From Trinidad, yeah. In New York, eh? I'm not. I want 2 songs for she, me don't care the cost. Me don't care the cost. I want 2 big tunes for she. Right. Patrice Roberts. Right? And he real, assertive and real. I tell him, man, I keep buffing me.
Yeah.
Think, wherever it is you all charge me, I don't care. Right? I can use the man, you writing for Desha and them. I want 2 songs for Patrice.
Patrice.
Yeah, I say, I ting. I know same thing. And he talk the business, look at the business. He dropped Patrice by me like 2 days after that. By my apartment building on Eastern Parkway. When Patsy jump out the van, we tell her bye-bye. She coming upstairs with me for we to start to work on the music. And the first thing Patrice tell me, I can't remember where it was, but when she opened, she out and talked to me for the first time. My first question to she was, "You from Trinidad, house?" That's my first thing I ever tell Patrice Roberts. But I believe himself talking to she, talking to the man, he gave me instructions, he dropping Patrice off. Remember, he the in the van, you on the service lane. Patrice jump out, thing, and he talking to me now, and tell me all the last minute instruction before he drive off. He drive off now, later George, and I walking towards, she say something to me, which I can't remember what she say. And when I hear she heard her accent, that the first time I asked, she say, "Horse, you from Trinidad?" She started about, "Hi, yes, I'm from Trinidad." I say, "Wait, I swear you from Tobago, you know?" "Wait, yes, she not Toco." I say, "Oh, you from Toco?" That you are, is Toco accent. Say, "All right, cool." Went upstairs, started vibes. Right there, just 2 songs I do for she. One name Hell Yeah. Right, Hell Yeah was bad too, but the islands end up so good that they just forget Hell Yeah. The man gets so excited with the islands that he say, "Boy, you forget that Hell Yeah, yes." Or, you put that money in your pocket, man. You don't care about that. But once we get one, there's really one I really wanted, but I just tell you, give me 2.
For safety.
You understand? There's really one I want. Once one catch, I good. You understand? So when same thing with the islands with Patrice. When I assess her and thing, obviously she real green, she real new to soca. That year itself, 2003, would have been her first year singing a soca because she used to sing calypso all the time and win the calypso monarch junior.
Yeah.
And she started entering junior soca monarch, and she won that. So because she won that, she had got opportunity to sing as a guest in the big soca monarch in 03, and that is where I saw her for the first time singing soca. Impulse I write a song for her named Sprinkle It, and she was a guest on the show. And I was just watching her just by. The reason why I was watching too is because that 03 was the first time I had a song in Soca Monarch, which would be It's Carnival. Then Marshall come on and Marshall take off the mask with this shirt. That's the first time they performed that song, you know, for the whole season, you know. First and only time, you know. The whole season, 2 of them together. So because I was paying attention to O3 Soca Monarch.
Very weird.
Yes, weird. Yeah, bacchanal.
Makes sense that it to be a winning performance. But
they came third. But because I was indebted in that Soca Monarch,
right,
I was able to see Patrice do she little sprinklet, she little guest appearance because she won the junior Soca Monarch. And Monroe's like she uncle too. Right. You know, she had good ties with her Monroe. Right. So,
but anyway, I wanna bring it up because we're running short on time. We have real tunes to play. Yeah.
I know we are real time to talk here.
No, we couldn't but we also have real artist tunes to play too. So we can't forget the other artists and them. Yeah. But I wanna bring it up to that point now. So going from Traffic to
Ecstatic.
Well, it was Ecstatic HD. You know what I mean? What was the transition, after writing all of these hit songs still in Traffic?
After 05 with Max It Up and thing. Well, I had purchased it me because I was managing her as well.
Okay.
So I took her under my wing. So 04, well, the touring year of the islands, we would have been looking for music for the following year. So the islands was 04, right? We're looking for music for 05. No, islands was 05. I was saying 05 was islands. Sorry. 05 was islands, and now we're looking for music for the following year. And I now trying to make my transition as well from Traffic to Marshall Band because him and I started liming more in Trinidad now.
Right.
We started lime more and thing, and we showing up at real spots. Some people thinking like, we're not this new dynamic duo, but can you go with Marshall? I live in Traffic or thing. People start talking, and it actually brought the idea to him.
Right.
Because we never had that intention. We just pumping, we just liming, you know. Him and I, we had success already. Well, it's Carnival by this time. We don't know the success we get from that.
Right,
so
for sure.
We became good friends, you know what I mean? And we pumping, we just going party and thing normal. It was no talk about me joining the band and thing. I with Traffic. But to the back of my head, it's not a bad idea. When people start, somebody had hinted to us somewhere we was outlining, and that will make me start thinking about it. Wait, boy.
You sure it wasn't the difference between the Maxi and the two of us?
Well, all that too. All that in my mind. I don't know the differences that. You understand? But I do so, and I decide to ask him. I say, boy, what do you think, boy, with our collaboration, boy? And he was like, and them days had a little reputation for being a little late and thing, you know, that man had a little trouble, man, in the business now, in Traffic.
Okay.
Right? And you know, that talk, it's small business, small world, talk spread. Yeah, Marshall, catch, boy, I gotta tell lady, boy, you must see what lady say. When he call lady, hey, lady, that is good, Kitch talented, but Marshall, you know, Kitch is a trouble, man. You know, Kitch be late, right, you, and thing. Yeah, boy, you know, nah, we go work on that. We go polish him out, lady. Do what's not him. We go polish him out. Let me take care, my lady. You can't get better than this. Yeah, it's kitchen or thing. Yeah, lady, well, all right. If you say yeah, well, yeah. And then, boom. I say, yeah, but I ain't coming just so. I put you with me. You understand? I'm not true, boy, kitch, boy. I say, yeah, I cannot manage and she with me right now. You understand? I'm not so I'm to girling on them. I say, well, it's you I coming with and I she under my wing.
Right.
You understand? So, you know what I mean?
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've never known that. Yeah. I've never known that till today. Because I just thought it was a sort of, all right, Patrice was popping on the scene as a younger, upcoming artist. I didn't know that when you started to see her on stage with Marsha, it was because...
she did.
Right,
and
wow.
The reason how she ended up there is because of Banner the because he was hesitant, he was reluctant. He was like, Patrice, boy. Thing, I know she do she thing with girl in there and thing. I say, well, here we going on, partner. She coming with her tune, here tune. And I just start to play, we reach the stage, we warming up, throw your hands them in. That is
so it's like, she coming with the hand swinging.
So nah, she coming with tune. I'm not sure. When I play Banner the FM, well, play piano and sing it.
Right.
I'm like, where's that? I said, well, that is she song that you could be on. That is she song that I wrote for her in New York that you could be on.
Right.
So at that point, when he went one road match, which was a big truck in 97.
Right, true.
Now we in 2005 going into 6. So when he heard that, he was like, yo, the man called lady, here we're going on. Kitch bring Patrice Roberts here to join the band. But here we're going on now. She have a boy. If you hear this song, lady, it's road march for sure. Hear the name of the song, lady. Band of the year. Lady, if you hear it and start a gun and grand thing, right? Hey, lady, well, look, God, well, thing, I'm coming up the road now. Ting. History. Do the song, Patrice in the band, thing. I pull in San. Everybody was in HG is because of me. San, Benjai, Kumi, Patrice, except Farmer. Well, Farmer obviously was there from foundation.
Yeah,
You understand? So from there was just strength to strength, You know, Patrice Community Band.
I'm glad you continue the story because I don't know how much people know that out there. You know what I mean? And that shows you as what you call a connector. You know what I mean? Connecting all these different talents together.
From there was strength to strength, year after year, we just continue in all these songs, producing, writing, you know what I mean? And I always wanted to sing too. That was really my initial dream too, you know what I mean? I started off from singing since in school, winning competition. Get branch out slightly into playing music and being drummer and things.
No, but I remember you was telling me a story, I think it was in Antigua, about you had a tune and you would come and you would jump off the drums for a minute
that
and
was
then
in
go.
traffic.
That was in traffic.
Yeah, one year I actually did record.
Right.
And it was the transition from beating drum and coming out there just to sing my one song.
Right.
Wasn't working out for me now. Because I wasn't getting to mentally prepare while I was playing drum. I mean, I could do that second nature, but still, you want to take a walk and meds before you run out on that stage now.
Right.
Because you still have to concentrate a little bit, although it's like second nature to me. You still have to control, your mental still will be intact with the band, you playing with our band. So you can't just zone off and start to think about running out in front to sing your song. You still have to pay attention to the band you're playing with.
Yeah.
Understand? And how it used to be is I playing and then Eddie will just introduce me and I tell you the drums and he will go come and play for me and I just sort of run out there sweaty and stink and you understand. I never used to feel like an artist now. That's not what they just do. Them guest artists will be on the side in the best kit and thing and just waiting. Bring it on stage, thing, and the man run out.
You coming out soaked down. Wet, because you beating.
I beating drum. You understand? So it never was the right way now, boys. So that whole notion I just feel back then. So
I want to take, as I say, because we're running out of time. I want you to take us up, and then we're gonna wrap it up to the point of deciding to leave.
Right. So
Marshall and I guess it would be HD at the time.
Right. So
and then pursuing
pump. Really is. It was 9 years with Marshall.
Road marches. Soca Monarchs.
We won 4 road marches together and 3 Soca Monarchs with Marshall and 4 road march titles with him. But in all our 5 road march, our Palance too. Right? Our 5 road march and 4 Soca Monarch.
Really.
So I win 3 Soca Monarch in a row.
Yo, dog.
Yeah. Don't know. Doing the works quietly.
No. Yeah. And the thing is, you're still very humble in for all that you've done. For I gonna say it, for Trinidad and Tobago music is bigger than just soca too, because these songs had such impact. When you see Beyonce balancing and things,
correct. That was really
you know what I mean?
good.
It starts somewhere.
So what I'm saying is, coming to 2014 when I actually left, that is when I kind of get fed up on the road, boy. It started to get real monotonous to me.
When you say the road, touring,
and traveling. Traveling, God, it started to kill me, boy. Every weekend, we was living out a suitcase. Right, and it's like I start 2 suitcase pack. I go on with one. When I come back home, have a next one day for next week. Because like 2-3 days in Trinidad and you're going again. We used to travel every weekend, and Marshall had now buy that property and upstairs there.
One road
blocks. You don't know yet. Band, yeah, lady, take every show we going. What? You gotta pay for that, every show. What? That is it, there, boy. Hit the road. Yeah, we like the littlest hobo, boy. Oh, keep on calling me. Yeah, you're pumping. I get fed up at that.
Yeah.
And then too, I had an issue with my visa because of the court case that unfortunately I had to go through with the Club Zen scene. The Club Zen scene make me come and end up in problems with my visa. Up to this day, I'm still sorting it out. You understand? So when that whole scene happened and my scene took place and thing, I got the opportunity to take a break from traveling.
Right.
And a much needed break at that point in time. So because I travel, as I tell you, from 1996. Every single year, touring, non-stop. And in the traffic days, it used to be living in New York for 6 months. That is how it used to be. When I leave Trinidad into the start of May, as I'm already done, we go on and we not come back to Trinidad till after Miami Carnival.
Right.
You understand? And that was my life every year for them 9 years I was with traffic. You understand?
So almost 2 decades.
Yeah, boy. I do it too hard on the road, boy. I just needed to be home and don't have to see no airport and security and TSA and a code. I needed that break. So as I get the break, I decide I go do the singing thing. And as I say earlier on, the team wasn't really technically sound at the time, but it was good for learning and, you know what I mean, nourishing and nurturing myself into the thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So let's bring it up to now then. So
Yeah.
what do you see? Where do you want to go with the artist as Colonel Roberts, the artist, the singer?
Well, with me, I just come
And
out
what
here.
I would say was your inspiration now, because you've done it all on different levels, you know?
My inspiration now is actually, you know, the success I'm getting from now, you know, being an artist of all them years, you know, going through the grind and not having it right. You know what I mean? When I see that again, it correct now, that inspired me to go more. You know what I mean? I could stay down and regret and say, well, if I had this long time, if I had this since 2014, now that don't be so already, but that probably wasn't your journey. Remember, everybody's journey done right already. You understand? So probably I had to go through all that hardship to end up where I is today, so I could have the experience and the know-how, how to, you know, keep it polished going forward.
No doubt. And
You know
what
I mean?
you would say to any other young soca artist or musician, because to have consecutive years of success and then have some lulls and then go into a different branch, somebody could get despondent and go back and say,
And
nah
go
boy,
back,
I'm
yeah.
going back with my bread butter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I keep the push on. I was like, boy, it's no turning back. And I had a real opportunity to go back and play. Them call me back to play. And I started Marshall never wanted me to stop playing drums.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I get various opportunities to play with various other bands. All kind of man come to me, please, please, please. I did it 1 year with O.U.R. Tunji.
Right.
When
right.
O.U.R. come back from the
Yeah, and he had your own band he put together.
Yeah, he tried to put
From
together
the
the
voice,
band from
yeah.
the voice, and he begged me and thing, and I feel it would be a good look to help him at that time. I said, O.U.R., I ain't sure if I could be this drummer thing right, you, but I go start it off with you.
Right.
Right? I could more musical like the band, but I could start off playing drum for you until you get a drummer. That was the plan, but obviously that band didn't have much backing and things, so we needed like about 2 shows, and that was that. Right? It was short-lived, so I didn't really have to be a drummer because the band crashed.
Right.
Yeah,
For want of a better term.
yeah. So, you know what I mean? I just really what's motivating me right now is to know that I am a part of a team now that I believe is sound, and it have a lot of objection, and, you know what I mean? It's in a yes man thing, and as a result of that, the projects coming out, you know, superior to other things, you know what I mean, to the past. And I like that finally I could see myself as industry standard, you know what I mean, setting boundaries and setting the bar, you know, releasing early. I feel good to be a part of a conversation last night, man, saying, Kitch, right now is all I man start the thing, you know.
Yeah, but with the Scarborough Rhythm was like probably the first for Trinidad release for 2023.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you some before we really look to wrap it up. I feel here what we're gonna do, Kitch. We're gonna have a part 2.
Yeah.
And you go bring Zan and you go bring the camp, you go bring
Yeah.
Chingy and everybody, right? And we'll get into a deeper conversation. But I wanted to ask about this, because when you look at Scrub It Down, Tilt, outside, is a certain type of vibe. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily, I'm not to say you probably wouldn't come with a power, but it's a certain sort of very happy vibe. And you know what I mean? A real good mood setting sort of vibe. Is that intentional to come with those sort of chords and different things?
I mean, you have to find songs that are comfortable for you to really portray, to put over. I think that's a problem some artists just have too, you know. But well, plenty of artists men writing songs for them too.
Right.
And you're taking what you get. In my case, where I write in my own songs, I decided as well when I started now with this, I would say this new leaf a turn with the Chinese laundry camp, with having people around me to help guide, and you know, I decided to write songs that easier for me to sing, key wise, range, know your range, and you know, make it comfortable now.
Right.
So you could actually, you know, put the song over the best of your ability, because it's not too difficult for you. The key, the range, the melodies, these things, you know. I just had to pay more attention to them things.
The final details.
Yeah, the final details. Well, I wouldn't even say the final details.
Finer.
The finer, yeah.
Yeah, details.
Yeah, instead of just, you know, trying to write what may not be, you know, compatible to my tone, you know what I mean, and my voice, and you know, my range and these kind of things. So I just tried to, you know, get deeper into them things to make the songs easier to sing and, you know, put across to the people. And by that way, when you do it like that, I think it'll be more received. You know what I mean?
More well received.
So yeah, that was the whole thing with them songs and them, you know, getting it over the best way so it could be received.
Nice. So we have outside. We have this next one we're gonna end off with, which is Cover We. But tell the people out there what more they could expect, because after such a successful 2022, what kids coming with for 2023?
Well, 23, as I say, we don't have outside nice out already.
And
doing good. Cover We doing really good. Overwhelming response from that one as well. That one's the Juve.
Right.
You know, I still try man at a little Juve tune too.
A different style too.
Yeah, different style. It had the little Cover We vibe with the little Percy sledge.
Yeah.
But that was Chow. That one was all Chow. The Chow come up with the song first. This Chow give me the Cover We. Cover. I mean, I do my little, you know, twist it and thing. But
Right.
you see, give me the idea to go with that. You know what I mean? And this one is really for the Juve. And I like how it come out. So moving forward, Kitch have some power. Some power for them. Because they're saying right now, we need to bring back the power, and the power starting to come back now. It had wrongs like some years ago, power went totally dead. You understand? And right now it's starting to build back nice.
Yeah.
So, you know, me being a foundation power man, you know, having all these titles with power and thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It could be, you know, it's going to be good to get shine away from power now. Now that you know you're foot in the door.
Now that the real carnival coming back, we
And
had
the real thing
2
coming
years
back.
now, so Fed coming back too.
The real thing coming
Yeah.
back. And I's a power boss. So, you know, I must choke my hand in the race. You know, at least have something to compete, or else it ain't making sense. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Yeah.
So, brother, I want to thank you for coming through. We're going and do a part 2,
Yeah,
right,
we
Trav?
need to,
I
we
mean,
need to.
we now starting the season. Tonight is the first night we really started rinsing new soca and everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Roberts, a living legend. Hands down.
Appreciate.
Hands down. You know what I mean? We heard some stories tonight. In the part few, we're gonna get some
Yeah,
more
they got real
stories. And you go bring the whole team
whole
too.
team.
Alright?
We could talk for till about 12
Yeah, I
o'clock
know,
tonight.
right? I know. But we had to free up the time for the youths and them.
You don't know.
See? Thanks again, brother, for
Loving
passing
yours,
through
boy, Chrome boy.
and for the stories and for your time.
Well, keep all your hat on and keep doing all you're doing, Jed. You understand? And don't let nobody tell you they're any different.
Nah,
All
never.
You're doing the right thing right now. Our radio.
Don't know. The grind,
know.
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end it off with this one. This one is called Cover We. Colonel Roberts was our guest here today.
The grind.
Hi! If you liked that video, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and tap the bell icon to get notified anytime we go live or post new videos. O.U.R radio.fm, your urban alternative.